Happy Monday, not any Monday, but Empowerment Monday. Hope you're having a great day. I am Rob Fenstermaker, former corporate burnout survivor turned empowerment coach, your empowerment coach. Glad to be here with you today. I'm glad I could join you today. Hope you had a great weekend. I know I certainly had a great weekend. My wife and I, we took a little break, bopped up to Orlando, spent a little time with some friends of ours who were in the area. It was good. It was good to reconnect. Just good to get away for a little bit and just enjoy that time. So I hope you had the opportunity to do that as well. Just spend that time with those that are mean much to you and those that are important to you in your life, because that's what life is about, is taking the time to do those things that are important to us, important to you, and just creating that great life of who you can be, of who you can become. And that's what's important about life. So here we are. It is really, if you think about it, we are basically at the end of summer. This is really the last week of summer, if you think about it. September starts this week, and that's traditionally when, I know summer doesn't officially end until September 22nd, but September 1st, Labor Day weekend, that's when you traditionally think that summer is officially over. Football season, Buckeyes start on Saturday evening. They play Notre Dame. So fall was in full force then. I absolutely love fall. Fall was one of those great things to me. Fall was one of those things that I have built my foundation on, just because there's so much about fall that I really enjoy. The sights, the sounds, the smells, everything about fall, about autumn, just brings it back to me. I was reminded last week as I was speaking with somebody, the importance of what foundation is, of what our foundation is. And I shared, what my foundation is built upon. I shared that with you when I was creating this live event, what the foundation for me is important. And I have an upcoming cohort in which I want to touch on that to help you to understand your foundation, to build your solid foundation. Because not only is it important that we need to know who we are, we also need to understand whose we are. And that's where your foundation comes in. That's when you build that solid life foundation that you can withstand when life is going to happen. And life is going to happen. If anything in the last 24 months have told us, life is going to come at you hard. And when it does, what's that foundation you have constructed for yourself, that you built for yourself, that you're willing and ready to take that stand when life happens to you? The parable that Jesus tells us in the Bible, that when we build that solid foundation, there are two men he describes. One who built his house upon the rock, literally upon a rock. And when the storms came, the storms of life came and beat upon that house, the house was able to withstand it. Then there was the man who built his house on the sand. And if you've ever been on the beach and you have the surf come up on your feet, after a while, you start sinking in that sand. And that's what happens when you build your foundation on something that's not solid. When life happens, it's going to wash it away. And that's what I want to help you to understand in this cohort that I'm starting here in a couple of weeks, is the importance of creating your solid foundation. Because I absolutely believe that deep within us, we all have a light that's just yearning to get out, a fire that's ready to be released. And fire is something that purifies. Fire is something that shines the light of truth around everything. And sometimes we just need to stoke that fire and release it. Two of my favorite people in the Bible are Elijah and Eleazar. What I love about Elijah is that he did some great things. He took on 400 priests of Baal and was able to conquer them. And after this event, he was just overworked, overstressed. He didn't know what to do. He ran away. He hid in a cave. And he was looking for a message to be sent to him. A fire was sent. There was no message there. An earthquake was sent. There was no message there. But when he just stood back and listened to the calmness of the day, the cool, gentle breeze, that's when he heard the message. And sometimes we just need to pause and be willing to listen. Listen to that gentle voice that's being spoken into us. And my other favorite is Eleazar. He's one of David's mighty men. And the account of Eleazar is that he stood in a field and slew the Philistines as he held that sword and swung it and fought with it. He swung so hard that that sword was eventually frozen into his hand. And if you look at the armor that we are provided by God, of all the implements that we are given, only one is an offensive weapon, and that is the sword of the truth, the word. And that's what my foundation is built upon, is that word of God, that truth of God, of who he is and what he has done to my life. I want you to find your own personal truths, those things that you want to build your foundation upon as you take that next step in your life and go on that journey to discover who it is you really are and whose you are. And that's why it's important to create that solid foundation in your life. So I hope you can join me. I would love to have you be a participant in this cohort. I would love to see you create that solid foundation in your life as you take that step into those dreams that you have and making them your reality. The first step we need to do is to create that solid foundation and then to understand what it is our dreams are telling us to do. So please, if you want to have more information about this, just drop me a DM below or a message below or send me a DM. I would love to have the opportunity to share a little bit more about this with you and what it can mean to you, what it has meant to me as I have built my solid foundation and I am stepping into my dreams to make them my reality. And I want to see you do the same. I want to see you be that great version of who you know you're ready to be. I want to see that fire within you burn brightly so that you can be the light of the world, so you can serve others in a powerful way. So I'm Rob Fenstermaker, former corporate burnout survivor turned empowerment coach, your empowerment coach. I'm glad you joined me on this Empowerment Monday. I hope you have a great day, because Monday is the most important day of our week, because Monday sets the tone for what the rest of the week is going to be. The rest of this week, this last week of summer, let's make the most of this as we go into that next season of fall, and we're ready to kick it off. I hope you're ready to kick it off. I'd love to hear from you. Let's have a great day. Let's have a great week, and I hope to talk to you soon. Take care.